Single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Good morning. Welcome to the Howdy Boomy podcast. Today is Friday. It is the 12th of April, which means we're going to give our weekly award out, the Schiffhead of the Week. But first, I remember it was my junior year at the University of Notre Dame. Football season, Saturday afternoon, Southern Cal was coming to town. Southern Cal was ranked number 1 in the country. Notre Dame was ranked number 2. Even though Southern Cal was ranked number 1, Notre Dame was a 14-point favorite. And Southern Cal had this running back, a junior college transfer by the name of Orenthal James Simpson. O.J. Simpson ran crazy that afternoon. That was my first time ever seeing a running back like that. He had a tremendous career at USC, All-American, Heisman Trophy winner, tremendous career with the Buffalo Bills in the National Football League, a television personality. But he's best remembered for killing his wife and Ron Goldman. And one thing it does prove, that entire trial which captivated the nation for over a year, is that if you have enough money, I don't care what color your skin is, you can buy the United States justice system. I saw where a gentleman today echoed what I said months ago, actually 6 months ago, when the war in the Gaza Strip first started between Hamas and Israel. If you really want to get rid of Hamas immediately, go after them as hard as you possibly can, and you assume that the hostages are dead. It's been 6 months now. They're starving, I guess. If the Hamas gets food, do you think they're going to give it to a hostage? Finally, a gentleman said you have to think the hostages are dead, and that's why they are. That's why they're not being produced. Eliminate Hamas. The Creekside Elementary School in Washington State turned down a girl who wanted to start a prayer group. They went to the principal. They said they couldn't do it, that the funds were already allocated. There's no more anything like that. But a week earlier, they said it was okay for an LGBTQ group to hold meetings and form a consulate. The Rain County Dance Association had a group of women wearing red, white, and blue American-type jerseys, shirts, and they asked them to stop it because it made the LGBTQ facility feel uncomfortable. It's a sad situation where we've gotten so far where common sense is gone and we're pandering to an outlying, inane, crazy group like LGBTQ, whatever they call themselves. They're not normal, but they use the monikers, the names, and the terminologies to hide what they actually are. Representative Garcia out of California was interviewing Christopher Wray, the FBI director in Congress. And Christopher Wray was outlining all the troubles and the worries he has about terrorism in the United States. We see the border, we see what's happening. And I give Representative Garcia credit because he told Christopher Wray, I don't believe a word you say. I don't believe his commitment, because what has happened is they have weaponized and politicized the FBI. And Christopher Wray has a hell of a job ahead of him to try to get the political appointees by Biden and Obama who persecute opposition on a political basis that hurt the rank and file of the FBI. I don't believe him either. And until he turns that around, it's still a political game. You don't think so? Look at the court system. Ask Donald Trump. There was a Planet Fitness in North Carolina that a gentleman walked into the ladies' locker room, stripped down naked, and asked a 17-year-old girl to go into the shower with them. Now, Planet Fitness has a policy now. I guess if you identify as a male or female, that's the facility you can use. How's that working out? He was arrested. 9/11 was called. The police came in. And it's going to be something, because I am sure some attorney is going to take that up. And this guy's going to make some money because he's an idiot. Imagine that. Imagine naked in a woman's locker room. That's why if you have a daughter, a wife at Planet Fitness, when they go in there, make sure in their apparatus they have a pair of scissors. That'll keep them out. We have our Schiffhead of the Week, which is named after Adam Schiff, who interestingly was mentioned. A gentleman from NPR, National Public Radio, said that NPR is heavily biased in favor of Democrats, liberalism, wokeism. That they had Adam Schiff on 23 times, fostering the novel idea, the false idea that Donald Trump colluded with Russia in the election. And when that was proven false by Attorney General Mueller, all of a sudden they dropped it, didn't mention it. They have 87 Democrats on the editorial staff, not one Republican. You said they're biased, they're against Republicans, they're against conservatism. Adam Schiff, he helped make them. It's amazing. This award is named for him. Who should we name this week? There's a ton of people. You could go to Stephen Colbert. If you have no talent and you want to write for television, apply to Stephen Colbert's staff. Because here all you have to do, I hate Donald Trump, I hate Donald Trump, let's make fun of Donald Trump. That's all the show is. Stephen Colbert could be our Schiffhead of the Week. Samuel Jackson, the actor, he didn't like how the white All-American, all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball was being honored and being covered rather than the teams that they were playing, the black girls. If she was white, she got condemned for it by Stephen Jackson. I'm just wondering what would happen if she was black. He hasn't said anything yet, but that is racism. Are there black racists? You bet your ass there are. But I think you could also get Rashid Tlaib. She is the representative in Michigan. Or Meg Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. Here you have demonstrations in Rashid's congressional district in the state of Michigan saying death to Israel, death to America, death to America. Not a word from her, not a word from the governor of Michigan. You're a terrorist. You're plotting to do something. What congressional district do you think you'd feel the safest in? It's going to be interesting when you look at the imams and the facilities that they have there to practice their faith, what they're plotting inside those walls. But I think the best one is, our Schiffhead of the Week is Mayorkas, the gentleman that's supposed to be handling our homeland security. He finally testified before Congress that we have a problem at the border and he needs more funding. He's allowed this to happen for 3 years. There are 1.8 million gotaways. We have no idea where they're at. Remember, in the attack in Russia, where 160 people were shot to death, it took only 4 terrorists to convince that plot to fruition, the killing of innocent people. 4. We have 1.8 million gotaways. Think there were 4 terrorists in that group? Mayorkas, who pleaded for more money to solve the problem, which could have been solved years ago by not electing Joe Biden. Mr. Mayorkas, our Schiffhead of the Week. It was nice to see the Masters this weekend. Tom Watson, Jack Nicklaus teeing off ceremoniously with Gary Player. It brought back memories. It brought back class. It brought back tradition, something we can rely on. We built our nation on class. faith. We've got the greatest country in the world. Let's not treat it like the left wants us to. Watch the Howdy Boomy podcast on the Howdy Boomy channel on YouTube. The Howdy Boomy Show. Truth, justice, the American way. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.